There's always a delay. It's pretty sweet. Oh, hello there. Me? That's right. I'm enjoying my pre-whiskey whiskey. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. We're being a little chill and groovy tonight. We're all trying to de-stress. Welcome to Wednesday. You made it. I made it. We made it. And I say that's cause for celebration. Time for some whiskey. Oh my goodness, this thing looks weird. Stop that. There we go. Oh. Papers? Why are you on the floor? Welcome, everyone. Who is here? Whom is in the room? I see 2 people, maybe more. 5 fingers. High five. Slapshot, hello. Howdy. Howdy, howdy. We are in for a treat, I think, I hope. Zenboot, hello. Yes, the background music is soft and chill. I can turn it up just a smidge, because I can barely hear it myself, but I know it's there. So, the only thing I don't want is to not be able to have me being heard. The first dram, I call it, I guess it's about a quarter of an ounce. Anyway, we're waiting on the poll in the chat. We have 1 or 3 in the Welcome to the Jank box there, as some of you may be aware. We're almost done with the 12 days of Texas whiskey. Woo. YouTube, shut up. YouTube's being difficult. Even when I'm not trying to do crazy stuff, YouTube thinks I am. It's fun. But that's alright. We don't care. YouTube, if you're not receiving enough video, that's on you. I'm not doing anything. I'll close an extra browser just for safety measures. I use 2 browsers, and each of them have at least 10 tabs open always. The dram of the evening is Buffalo Trace, because I wanted to start with something that I'm familiar with. It's pretty chill, low 45%, I think. It smells good, as always. Nice light caramel, a little bit of brown sugar. Stream, what are you doing? I don't know what's happening with my stream, it's being weird. Lovely. I don't remember what I ate. Oh, I haven't eaten anything. That's right. Makes this stream so much more interesting suddenly. You know what I've had today? A muffin and some cold brew. And that was at around 2 o'clock. Welcome to Mental Awareness Day. That's not true. But, yeah. As per usual, I'm a mess. Let's see. A little bit of background about today. I woke up from an anxiety dream last night at about 2 a.m. and I could not go back to sleep because I was suddenly very awake. It was a weird one. I wasn't naked. I had a towel, and I was in some kind of interview for a theatrical performance. And interviews are horrible. I hate the idea. I hate the whole concept. I hate that it's a thing. They stress me out. It's part of the reason I can't work. Just trying to get through that process is torture. I've tried. It's very disingenuous. I did change some of the settings on the stream, so I don't know if that's for the better or worse. We'll see. I think it's trying to crank out 60 FPS. This doesn't make sense to anyone, probably. But what I'm waiting for is for everyone to vote in the chat. So far, we got a few votes in. I don't like waiting too long because I want to drink the damn whiskey, but it's another reason to have more of this. We have 8 votes, which is surprising, considering there are 3 people in here. Concurrent viewers. I don't know what that means. But so far, 3 or 4. Thank you all for being here. I don't need a lot of people here. That stresses me out just as much as if no one was here, which has happened way, way back in the day. Cheers to all of you. Thank you for being here. I don't know what it is about tonight. I feel real chill. But thankfully, after the anxiety dream, sat here and saw that Cheech Whiskey Encore was going live. Or what had been live for 2 hours. So I popped in there briefly just to... The thought I was having is I just need to be somewhere. And that's happened before. I don't really know how to explain it. But I just need to be somewhere. That's all I can... That's all. So thankfully being on the stream helped a little bit. I still didn't get sleep until 6 a.m. And if Whiskey Encore hadn't been live, there was the feeling that I should go to the casino nearby, which is just to be somewhere, as I said. But it's been cold, and I don't like going places. I will get to the casino at some point, so stay tuned for that. Possible patron thing. You can see me spend my $5 and lose. I play the penny slots. But, other than that, I should also mention that there is another poll. I am polling it up on the channel, on the community tab. There is a poll for my next bottle, and we're doing something new where I have a number of WhiskeyTube bottles. Most of them, it's Bourbon Night. And I can't make up my mind. I want to open these bottles. I want to open them all, like, right now. But I'm not going to because YouTube content. So the issue here is I need assistance from all of you. And from patrons. By the way, I have Patreon. Link down below. Most of you probably already subscribed to that. But I need... What do I need? Oh yeah, assistance picking a bottle. And I have at least 5. Most of them are It's Bourbon Night. And the rest of them, I think there's 2 that are not. So check the community tab. Applause. And what is going on? Oh. YouTube's being weird tonight. I don't know why. Although it is very windy out, that has nothing to do with my bitrate. But even on my end, the stream is looking weird. It's going. It's just looking weird. So I don't know what's up with that. Is 5 Fingers a pole? Everyone knows pole. You know what? Let me do this too. I assume this will not fix the problem, but I'm not sure what the problem is at the moment. Let me know if the stream looks okay. That's my concern at the moment. Things are being odd. I don't know why. It's distracting. For the most part, everything looks okay to me. I'm not sure. Alright, 10 minutes into the stream. I hope it's still actually streaming properly because it's just being weird tonight. I want to refresh this, but I don't know what that'll do. So, here's to refreshing. Okay. Yeah, that did something. It's streaming officially now. There we go, and it's pretty close, so that's good. It's been a delay lately. So, I'm going to end the poll, as I said. I'm also seeing what that did. I didn't do anything. All right, cool. Weird. I refreshed the browser. That is technically part of the stream. It's weird. I don't understand any of this shit. Ending the poll in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for everyone who participated. Let's see what the numbers are. Oh, I did the wrong thing. That still worked. 8 votes. More than expected. And the number of the evening is 3. 3 it shall be. No more. 4 is outright. Or right out. And as you can see, once again, I said 1 and 3. We have 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 3. Are you ready? Good. 1, 2, 7. Don't know what it is yet. Don't know what it is. And of course, Friday's stream will be obvious. There will be no polling for that. It shouldn't be necessary. Bourbon Baller, hello. Welcome. It feels very weird putting that up there now that I just know there's one left. So here it is. I'm going to finish my Buffalo Trace here. So my body is ready. Wow, okay. Say what you will, man. Buffalo Trace is a nice starter. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize this. Okay. When I was in the Whiskey Vault back in 2019, I did a bourbon tasting, although I might have had a little more than just bourbon. It was a wonderful experience. I had a great time. I'll do it again, hopefully soon. What was my point? Oh yes, the default. Since we were doing bourbon, the default whiskey was the bourbon. So you'd have a little bit of bourbon to prep yourself, and then you would have the next whatever bottle, whatever pour it was. So it was this, and then another glass, and this would be your default or base? Science? I don't know. This is your base. So I didn't even think about that when I poured it, but I'm not surprised why I did. It's nice. Now, cleanse the palate with some water. We must prepare for a tasting. I don't know what that was. Really? What the? Okay. So, a problem I thought I fixed, which I guess I didn't. This is going to make no sense to anyone. My bit rate is too high. I thought I fixed that. I guess I didn't. I'll have to figure that out when the stream is over. Which means I have to give myself a reminder to do that. The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you stream bitrate at 4,500 kps. Well, I thought I did that. Oh well. I'll put that down again. Try to fix that in the settings afterwards. You ready? C. Jackson, hello, cheers. Sure, Kitty, hello. Cheers, welcome. Here we go. I picked, it was voted on. This is number 3. I have no idea what it is yet. It's in my hand. It's obvious. Damn it. My guess was going to be this one. Probably can't tell very well, but that's a Garrison Brothers glass that I have that is clean. There's no... Doesn't smell clean, which is good. But this is my just regular Glencairn, and that was my guess of the evening. It's Garrison Brothers. It is not. It is. Dun, 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 dun. Come on and zoom in on this little tiny bottle. Lone Elm. 5 points distilling. A wheater. Get out of here. Straight wheat whiskey. 125.5 proof. 62.7. Well, Texas, your single barrels are absurd. This is why I had a preparatory whiskey. This is it. I have learned it has taken 10 whiskeys from that box for me to realize I absolutely need to have a whiskey before I have my whiskey. Okay. Oh, funny enough, in the poll that is going on for the channel, for me to select the WhiskeyTube bottle to open next, Lone Elm is one of them. And I don't think I've ever had Lone Elms. This is a perfect little introductory whiskey. The Lone Elm is a Whiskey Crusaders pick. We have Crowded Barrel / Whiskey Vault / Whiskey Tribe Alliance Balcones bottle. Hopefully complicated. We have the Lone Elm by Whiskey Crusaders, and we have 3 different bottles from its Bourbon Night. Most of them are 60%. I think 2 of them aren't. It's a little crazy. Okay. Palate is cleansed, officially. So open her up. And having a good time. These streams have gotten real fun for me now that I've been drinking 60% plus whiskey every time I do it. Here we go. This is much harder to do than you think. The color, man. Every single one of these. Oops, cling. Don't do that. Don't cling the glass. You're going to some hair fractures in the thing. As my Garrison Brothers glass was rebelling. Look at that. Look at it. It's glorious. It's also too close. But that is right. That is Texas whiskey. It is always this dark mahogany color. Almost every single one has been a deep, dark mahogany. Deep amber. What else does it make me think of? Dirty water, but not really. That's a grayish color. This is making me think of a sunset, weirdly enough. Like something about the rim of it. Something about looking at this part of it, from my angle anyway, makes me think of a sunset. Yeah, it's a sunset color, right? As it's going down, it gets to be like this, just before it turns into twilight. Twilight's my favorite time, by the way. It's when everything changes. Now, we've admired the color. Let us go on to phase 2, which is, of course, the nosing. Oh, and also, please let me know what you are drinking this evening, whatever it is. I just don't want to feel like I am drinking alone. Oh. I just got a shirt idea. By the way, shirts are coming. There is a Teespring. I'm not telling you where yet. But I only have one shirt, and I'm thinking of other ones, and I just had one pop into my head. Someone remind me of this, because I will forget. It says, never drink alone, and then it says KillCo Whiskey Musings underneath. That has the little YouTube logo, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that with my t-shirts, honestly. But that's a good one. Never drink alone. KillCo Whiskey Musings. Wow. That's a hefty thing. Papa KillCo, hi Dad. How are you? Warm, I hope. It's chilly here tonight. It is, what was it, 40-something degrees Fahrenheit earlier? What is that in Celsius? 5 degrees Celsius. That's actually not too bad. I think the past few days it's been negative. So almost in the, what, double digits, like 15, 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Well. Water Wednesday. That's a good choice of mood. Water is the water, the real water of life. The rest of it is nice to drink, but you can do without it. Whoa. Hold on. My eyes, they just... Hold on. Give me a sec. Franziskaner as a start for me. Bavarian wheat beer. I don't even know how to say Bavarian anything, so maybe I hope that was close. Brian Powers. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. The nose on this is strange. There's nothing wrong with it yet. Zenbood, you may be meeting Papa KillCo this Saturday at an undisclosed location, which you already know of. That'll be fun. I don't know why, but it's making me think of something heavy. It doesn't really, I don't understand that. Bremen Publications, really? As if I wouldn't know what that is. That's funny. Yeah, this is dense. It does smell sweet. It is a weeder. That might be part of it. Everything else up until now has not been a weeder. 6 Fahrenheit. You're not in the cold north, huh? Sugar Kitty? Good grief. Well, I hope you're staying warm too. I hope everyone's staying cozy and safe, because the weather has been very interesting for the start of this year. It's making me think of flour, like the used in baking flour. That is new. I don't think I've ever said that. This whiskey's making me think of powdered flour. White flour. That's used for baking. You know what it smells like. If you've been around flour or baking, you know what it is. But that's something I don't think I've ever picked out of whiskey before. Fascinating. I know the thing I do that most whiskey people don't. I take a long time to figure stuff out. I don't mean to, but I kind of get lost in my head. It's a lot of images. That's the thing. I'm not like actually seeing images, but it's more memory and place related, since I know olfactory senses are tied very, very easily to place and things specifically. Like, I'm not getting direct notes, but I'm thinking of, flour in a bakery or that sort of thing. And I've talked about forests. I've talked about basements. It's always some place. Sure, Kitty likes the cold. A monk that makes beer. Those are the best. I want to hang out with those monks. I know what they're doing. I don't mind the cold, Sugar Kitty, but my skin hates it, so makes me go outside less. But I can't win. It's either too cold or too hot. It's very rarely is it in the middle where I feel comfortable enough to go out into the world and do stuff. I wanted to do stuff today. I didn't. I was supposed to go to a steakhouse. Supposed to have breakfast. I thought about doing that since I couldn't sleep. I didn't. It's on the list. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Nope, tomorrow is a burger joint. And I have stuff to actually do. I have to go places and do things. Get a haircut. Woo! I am still thinking about the nose, don't worry. It's very wood forward. It's got this heavy oak note. It doesn't seem like oak though. It's a wood note. And I know you gotta be oak unless they use something weird, which I don't think they did. Although, what's the phrasing? Phrasing was straight wheat whiskey. Okay. So that was the 4 years? At least 4 years? 2 to 4 years? I always forget what straight means officially. It's a weird nose. Like, I expect so much more to be hitting me in the face considering the percentage of the proof. There's no alcohol burn on my nose. Top Dog, hello. Top Dog, you got here when you wanted to get here. It's alright. Just being here is enough. Doesn't matter when. I mean, it's certainly nicer to be here when there's more to watch, but humidifier for the month. Way too low, so I like 3. Oh, there you go. That's something I should probably do, but I don't feel like buying something like that. There is central air here, so I can always turn a fan on. But again, the cold just hates me. Hates my skin anyway. It has a dark chocolate note too, but it's not. The wood note is in the way of the whole thing. Let's get into this, all right? Again, if I start waiting too long on the nose, my whole entire mouth's like, stop it. We're flooding over here. Just give us the whiskey, damn. Mouth watering, as the saying goes. Cheers, everyone. Hooah! That's a bit of an overload. This is going to be another one I have to water down, I bet. More poles, yay. The proof it doesn't drink like the proof. It's very spicy, which you wouldn't expect from a wheater unless they added a certain amount of rye. Straight wheat whiskey. Whew. Alright, I'm trying not to think about the first sip. That's more of a acclimate. It's dry. I can't pretend that's not a thing. Like, my whole tongue is just, all the moisture is gone. So I think that it's definitely a tannin oak thing. about this, and that was on the nose heavily. That was intense. There was something about the first sip, though, that just kind of went. And I don't know what it was. It reminded me of like a dozen things at once. I thought of an orange orchard. And not a swamp, but if you've ever been near a pond that has like lilies on it and some of that floating green stuff, I don't exactly know what it is. It's not moss. What's it called? Have you ever been to a pond like that? Like what pond that looks like it's good for fishing? That went through my head. Again, a lot of my things are not necessarily distinct notes, other than the occasional one where I think, you know, it's like, okay, this is caramel, but it's also making me think of specifics like a candy. This is making me think of a bunch of weird places all at once. And a library, like an old musty library. I can't taste those things, but apparently that's what they taste like. Alright, let's go in one more time. Once again, I should mention that I thought algae. Thank you, Sugar Kitty. Once again, if you go back to some of my earlier videos, you will see me actually making fun of this, what I'm doing, like bullshitting it. And I think that's just my own negativity kind of reeling in, but it's also early in the days of my whiskey journey. I didn't think that was a thing. I mean, for me, it was alcohol and, you know, maybe some oak or sweetness or caramel, depending on what I was drinking. So my whiskey journey has changed significantly, and I have to actually lean into what appears to happen with my tasting experience. I think that helps for other people. Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. Cheers. You're welcome. We are drinking, well, I am drinking, we have Lone Elm Whiskey, 5 Point Distilling, in this glass right now. Straight wheat whiskey, for those of you who just showed up. And it is very different. I'm not used to this thing, and it's also very dense. Very dense. Oh, and it's at 62.75%. Doesn't drink that way. If I drank this, I would assume it was, I'd probably say at least 60. It's hefty. It has that feel to it. You take a sip and just like, wah, wada. But, going for number two, sip number two, hold on the palate briefly, see what happens. I have a feeling my mind is going to get kind of whirlwinded here, so if I stop talking for a little bit, that's probably why. The wood shop. It's really dry. Holy moly. Oh, it clings. It's like putting sawdust in your mouth a little bit. Like it's like that kind of sticking. Oh, wow. And it's only got a little bit of spice. And there is oh god, there's a wheat bread note. That's what it was. I've been eating wheat bread for breakfast lately, and it's just reminding me of that. Bourbon, hello, welcome. You're welcome. Epic mustache detected, as always. Someday I'm going to make it look just the way I want it to, but not today. But soon, someday. It's much harder to maintain than anyone realizes. Unless you have one, then you know. God, it's so dry. I didn't expect it to be that way. I mean, I don't know what I thought from a Lone Elm. I've never had it. But this is dense and oak forward and dry. Whew. Damn. Let's get into the... I'm going to take another sip just to see if I can find anything else out about this, other than this really hefty, dry cocoa, dark cocoa, like cocoa nibs, that sort of thing. And all those other things I said, which are weird. You know, book, an old musty library, a pond with lilies on it and algae, a place that looks like it's good for fishing. What was the other thing I said that was kind of weird? Oh, I did say a workshop, a wood shop. There's that. And there was one more, but I can't remember what it was. I also like that I said flour. That does kind of feel... There's that feel, too. It's like a sawdust and a flour because of how dry this thing is. Alright, one more sip. Then we'll figure out how much water we should add. Took a bigger sip that time. There was a hint of maraschino cherry for a second. Just a second. Woo. Top Dog, I agree with you. It's not that I dislike them, but I've talked about... I always use default. Knob Creek. Most people can get it. Most people know where it is. I find that very... It's not a sweet bourbon. And this isn't really either. It's very dry. So... Jesus. Hello. Lo-fi Loki. The music is soothing to my Asgard. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge. What are you doing here? You should be partying your ass off right now. Although this is a party place, as you can tell. I am a party animal. Happy birthday, sir. Whew. Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans says, I had a cab finished bourbon the other day, and it was super dry like this too, and it's hard to drink outside of with a cigar. I can imagine. I mean, that's gonna... Out for a birthday dinner. I wanted to pop in and say hello. Oh, thank you. Enjoy your dinner. Take pictures, put it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Actually, don't do Facebook. Fuck Facebook. But enjoy yourself, sir. Have a good time. I'm not a big birthday person myself. I hate it, my birthday. I don't know why. I don't hate it. I don't know, you know what it is. You get a year older and everyone's like, yeah, you're a year older. And you're like, yes, I am. Enjoy yourself. I try to. You know what I do? I say, screw having a birthday. You have a birth month. It starts on your birthday. Or maybe before, depending on what it is. But that's what I try to do nowadays. I'm at that age where I can do that. Yeah, Bourbon. What are you doing? Oh, Bourbon, well, I assume I'll see you again soon, but I hope you have a good trip. I'll say that now, just in case I forget, which I will, because of my brain. Alright, we're going to do a poll. I'm going to have a couple more sips of this, just as is. Poll. And we will say, again, this is 62.75%. It is up there. So how many drops of water? How many drops of water? Question mark. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this is going to be the first time I do this. I may do another poll depending, because this is, again, way up there. Timer for less than 5 minutes-ish. And it's 7:35 p.m. at the time of that poll being posted. You have 5 minutes, or less, to give your input on how many drops of water I should put into my whiskey to see what happens. I really need to refill this water. This is just tap water. There's nothing fancy. Someday when I'm raking in the dough, whatever that be, I will get mineral water or something. I know there's some kind of specific water that is recommended, and there's something here I try to make very obvious with people that I want anyone to be able to enjoy their whiskey. But I do understand that water is different in certain places. I have the innate ability to tell when I don't like water and when I do. Evian water? Love it. Tap water here? It's fine. Nothing wrong with it. I drink it all the time. Bottled water has really poisoned my whole palate. Like Evian water I really like. What's another one I really like? Oh, I did enjoy... what the hell was I using? Death Wish water? That was okay. It was about a sidestep better than my... Why am I talking about water? It's a sidestep better than my tap water, but I don't need to get that many cans. That's the drawback. I can just pour this into this, or I can get a whole bunch of cans I have to recycle. Whoa. Bourbon wants me to drink it as is. Well, that's not an option. Again, proof. And I want to see how it changes. Sugar Key says, talked about a Scotch with sawdust notes today. Had a conversation about different wood barrels and realized sandalwood was an even better description of it. I would take that one too. Hydration is key, folks. Don't forget that. If you want to enjoy a whiskey experience with others and really enjoy it, as in don't get hammered, please, make sure you drink and hydrate water. Because otherwise you're not going to have as good a time as you think. That's another thing I've been trying to promote. I don't know. Please drink responsibly and, actually mean it, not like the little bullshit that's in every single alcohol advertisement and on every single bottle about how drinking is not great for you. But as someone who has done a lot of things in their youth that they regret because of my mental health problems and self-medicating, you have no idea how important it is to be as responsible as you care to be, or as you can, when drinking alcohol. Everyone has the problem of drinking too much. And I assure you, while you may think you're having fun, the next day you will not. And it is never worth it. Ever. It's never worth feeling worse just so you can kind of blur the evening and seem like you're having a good time. But again, your life, your choice. I feel better when people are not getting inebriated around me. That's probably a big part of it. If you're slurring your speech and stumbling all over yourself, I'm out. I don't want to deal with it. And also, I worry. If you're at that point, you need to be careful. Someone needs to help you out there. Distilled water is the best to add. It does not change the taste with minerals. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'm sure I could find some distilled water in a bottle. I have been that guy who buys, I've done it plenty of times now, where I buy soda water, not to add to whiskey, but because I like making what would be an old-fashioned, and then adding a little soda water to it to give a little bit of, volume. Volume? Liquid talk? Anyway, it makes it more of a drink and gives it a little fizz. It waters it down like crazy, of course, but then it's a little more sippable. And I can drink more of it for longer and not get hammered. It's a big part of it. And I have the bad habit of adding too many bitters, so that also tames that. I don't mean to. But, you do that, it's like, that was too much. 2 drops sound good to bring it to sub 120, all right. A couple dollars for a gallon at any drugstore. All right. I'll keep that in mind. I go to drugstores a lot because I have to pick up my medication all the time. It's swell. All right, let's finish the poll right now. Ooh, I actually hit it. 5 minutes exactly. I don't know how I did that. Let us end the poll. Looks like we have a winner. Even water is the worst. Well, Bourbon, I didn't say you had to drink it, but you probably should. Doctors recommend you drink water. Oh, Evian water is the worst. All right. Well, more for me. I don't think I've had Evian water in a while. I just remember I used to really like it when I was, 18, 20, something like that. When I used to be an idiot and buy water. Although I have gotten into the bad habit of buying certain energy drinks these days. Not often, but occasionally. Which is more than when I didn't. But mostly because they taste okay. It's the Dwayne Johnson ones. One of those I like. And I am resistant to caffeine, and I need caffeine to function. It's great. It's a nice one of these. Trying to find that balance. Looks like we are doing 2 drops of water. I'll take one more sip. Oh, I should say, I think this is 50 milliliters, officially. Yeah, 50 milliliters. I have drank 15? I have no idea. I haven't drank much. Jeez. That's a wood shop, man. It's a wood shop in a glass. A little bit of sweet. I did get a cherry note before, but that was when I took a bigger gulp. It's dry. Low melon is dry. Still good. It's reminding me a lot of, again, Knob Creek, Old Granddad 114, if you like that kind of bourbon, this is for you. I can almost guarantee that Adriana from Whiskey Mountains would probably dig this. Maybe not. Well, not going to pretend I know her palate completely, but I have a general idea of stuff she might like. And I know she doesn't like rye, usually. That's it. It's for the camera. Make it look pretty. Shut up. One. Two. Gotta have video evidence of everything, or else you're a liar. Again, then again. Anyway. A little swirly swirl of that. We're gonna let it sit for a minute. And while I have some of your attention, once more, I have a Patreon. $5 a month. Helps me out a lot. Helps make the channel better. I don't know. Helps me buy another Starbucks sometimes, and also helps me pay for bills. That's good. What else? Ah, yes, there is an actual poll in the community. There's also a poll on Patreon, which started earlier. But I realized I could put polls in my YouTube channel. I always forget that. So there is one for the next bottle I should open, and it is a WhiskeyTube bottle. All of them. And since we are waiting on the water to do its thing, I will show you what they are. First, so we have an Ezra Brooks Cast Strength. Bourbon Meets World. This is its Bourbonite pick. It is 60%. Now try to pick one that isn't Bourbonite. Nope. Nope. God damn it. There we go. Alright. Thanks. We also have a Lone Elm. This was by Whiskey Crusaders, and this is donated to the channel. I believe it was Jason Busey. If not, sorry. I'll have to look that up again. This is a straight wheat whiskey, just like this one. And it is 57.7%. Sorry, 57.1. So it's up there. Whiskey Crusaders bottle. Donated to the channel. Oof. Let's not grab the same one twice. There we go. Wait. And now back to its Bourbonite bottle. This is a Nulu. I've actually enjoyed Nulu quite a bit. And they've been doing this kind of noir theme. So this is Casablanca. Get it? Casablanca. Okay. This is 57.3%. This is in the community tab, by the way. God damn it. So if you check the community tab on my YouTube channel, there should be a poll there. Now this is a very special bottle. You cannot get this. This does not exist anywhere. Granted, most of these bottles you cannot get and don't exist anymore, which is part of the problem. But this, see if it wants to focus on this gold thing. Probably not. Crowded Barrel. Doesn't want to. Stop focusing on me. Crowded Barrel. Nah, I can't read it. Crowded Barrel Alliance. This one specifically, Balcones Distilling. There we go. Crowded Barrel Alliance series. 120, 60%. Is that nice? It's tiny though, as you can tell. It's a small bottle. And there's Balcones in here that I've never had. Well, I've never had this one because these are special releases. I think these are really neat. Like this whole idea of special alliance series where Crowded Barrel teams up with other distilleries in the area. Kind of like, again, the 12 days. That's the thing. They had a bunch of people contribute. And I think they released that a long time ago, probably over a year. And it's just been sitting there because I had to go down there to get it. And this one is Rebel. I think this is the one that used to be Rebel Yell, but they changed it because something, I don't know. And this is another, it's Bourbonite, Saved by the Bourbon. Rebel and Ezra Brooks. I've had Ezra Brooks once. It was some of their lower proof stuff. It was actually, jeez, you probably can't tell because this is going to be shiny. But my little shot glass measuring thing here is Ezra Brooks on it. It's probably filthy too, but anyway. Because I got it in a gift box set thing. So there you go. Those are the 5 options. And as you can imagine, I am indecisive as ever. Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans, thank you. That's one I always forget. Please hit the like button. Please tell your friends to hit the like button. They don't have to watch this. Just hit the like button. I mean, it would be nice if they watched it, but overall, we need to convince the YouTube overlords to get this place monetized. And that thumb, either way, I prefer this one, but if you want to hit the other one, that's your prerogative. And also, alright, we've had this water in here for a few minutes. Let's see what changed, if anything. I gotta cleanse my palate again. Here we go. The nose hasn't really changed. They've still got that weird... Oh, it's a little sweeter now. Now, Sugar Kitty, I have sandalwood stuck in my head, and I'm wondering, is that it? The only sandalwood reference I have in my brain is the sandalwood incense. And that was really strong. I think I like the nose a little more now. It's less dense. It's got a little more sweetness. Like powdered sugar sweetness. Alright. Cheers, everyone. Oh! Cocoa and chocolate chips. Still dry as hell. Still really dry. Good God. I want to tamp that down a little bit. Ugh. But I was happy to get chocolate chip and cocoa, like hot chocolate. It's still not a sweet bourbon. It is one of those oak forward, dense kind of bourbons. Or wheaters, wheat whiskey. That's the funny part. Think of it as a wheat whiskey. And it being like this, like a dense wheat bread. Which is what I use. I use the quality stuff, man. It's got the little pieces in it and everything. And if you saw me looking off like that, that's because I can actually see the moon and it's full moon. No, I'm not a werewolf that I know of. Oh shit, really? My Fitbit just reminded me I need to take a few more steps for this hour. I'm not going to do that since... But also, it lets me know that it's 10 of. I got 10 more minutes. I don't know if anyone's going live next. I feel someone does. But I know the Mash and Drum is going live tonight, and he's doing a thing. I can't keep up with everyone. I just know he usually goes live on Wednesdays. Sugar Kitty says sandalwood and cedar are definitely very aromatic woods. They do make incense out of both. Yes, I have had that kind of incense. I've had to... One of the things that was sort of a... Do you call it a hobby? It's not a hobby. It's one of those little casual things you do to try to make your living place a little more interesting. Incense and candles. I used to get a lot of those. I still have a bunch lying around. I think I have... I was really fond of dragon's blood as far as incense goes. And what was the other one? There you go, Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans going live at 8 o'clock. Thank you. I figured someone else goes live at that time, but I never know who. As I have said on every single stream I ever do, I cannot keep track of every single whiskey tuber, so I actively don't do that. I am probably not subscribed to any of you on this account. I do have a other account that will remain nameless. And I try to subscribe to everyone on there so I can at least see what's up when I switch to that and glance around. So you do have a subscription from me, but it's incognito. Sorry. The moon looks good. I kind of want to. I would like to be able to see it a little better. I have my blinds down, so maybe I'll lift that up. Lift that up, turn the lights off, and then turn it into a werewolf. Sugar Kitty, thank you. Actually, I'm going to open that up so I'm aware of it. See what's going on. What's going on? Ah, why did that not work? God damn it. I say, hey, What's going on? Hey, yeah. Son of a bitch. Hey, yeah. Alright, that link doesn't work for me, Sugar Kitty. I don't know why. How's that? What's going on? Sorry. That's all over now. I can't get that out of my head. I just have to watch another We Don't Talk About Bruno video. Gotta love this music, man. I'm so happy I put that in the background. It really gives a chill vibe to the channel and helps me relax. And actually, I'm pretty sure it lowers my heart rate a little bit. It is supposed to be very chill, lo-fi, relaxing kind of stuff. Let's see if that works for me. Hey, yeah. Okay, whatever. I'll look at it later. Yeah, I think it's just me, for whatever reason. Doesn't like when I do stuff. Whatever. Alright, so I have to say like, subscribe, check out my Patreon, check out the community tab. I don't do polls on there very often, but I realized I could again, and I have that going live so I can figure out what bottle to open next. I want to open them all, but I also know it's content, and it also would help at some point. I might get in contact with the people whose bottle it is and do a tasting with them, hopefully. No guarantees, but I do need to get some more mystery guests on again. I miss doing that. That's fun for me. Hey, you know what? I might have a mystery guest this Sunday. If you were watching Whiskey Encore last night, you might know who it is. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Look forward to Sunday, and again, and I will be finishing this 12 days as a Friday. So again, Sunday will be a mystery guest thing. Looking forward to it. It'll be, I believe it's a peated Scotch blind flight. So I'll be able to drink a bunch of peated Scotch that night. It'll be fun. Sugar Kitty's probably me. I'm using streaming software, and I'm trying to do it through stuff over here, and it probably just doesn't want to work for me right now. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. It's no big deal. If it works for all of you, that's the important part. For me, it's just being a little weird. Entire tongue goes dry almost immediately. I'm gonna add 2 more drops of water. It is rough. Honestly, weirdly enough, I can feel the proof more after I've added water, but it is still dry. And that's really the point for most people. And I'm glad I run into that occasionally. It's nice to... For a long time, I had a streak of, caramel, brown sugar, vanilla, and that's what I felt I was saying for every single bourbon I had. So it is interesting for me to run into this. It is spicy, but it's not cinnamon or anything. It's just really prickly. I'm not quite sure how to describe that. Set up to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. You should have been starting that 30 minutes ago. I've done that. I did that tonight. I was almost a minute late because I was supposed to start, and I forgot to do about 3 different things. Yeah, Sugar Kitty. I'll look at it again after this. Maybe it'll work. Maybe I just have to copy paste. I don't know. It's being weird. I'll pop in and say hi, but I need to decompress. I haven't done anything today, but it's been a wonky day. As I mentioned earlier, my sleep is as erratic as ever. I'll say that. And I'm very tired. And I need to eat food. And I'm having some very high-proof whiskey, so I should eat some food first before I do anything else. But I'll probably be up for a while. Hopefully until later. I might even do a stream. Probably not. But if a friend of mine pops on late in the night, I should point out, I have been considering doing a stream, but it really depends on how well the stream works, and I have some things fixed with that. So I got stuff to do. I have to work on a thumbnail for Sunday, mystery guest. I'll probably just use the old one, but we'll see. I wouldn't know, Sugar Kitty. I don't know how they work. I'm not surprised at that either. Unbelievable. I got an herbal note. Rosemary or something weird like that. I wasn't expected. Still very dry. I think a couple more drops of water will do it. It's getting there, but it's something about the proof and how dry it is. It's a little sweeter now. That's important to me. As I have said on many streams and many videos, I like sweeter bourbons. Not too sweet. There's a limit. But for the most part, I prefer sweeter bourbons. Even sweet whiskey. Like, you get me a Scotch, that's in the sweet category. I love it. And I will like peated scotches, but usually those have to have distinct fruit notes. Strange as that may sound. We're getting there. I'm liking this. Speaking of eating food, I do have some pretzels. Wow. Once again, it tastes like something else for some reason. This whiskey's done a number on me. Well, kind of. It's reminding me of, you ever have a pretzel bun for something? It's reminding me of that for some odd reason. That was weird. I mean, it's a pretzel, but still didn't. What? My watch keeps reminding me of emails and shit. Fun. But, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, again, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Stay tuned for Saturday. My videos are now going on Saturday at 7 p.m. Be aware of that. And a reminder of the poll. The poll is very important. I'm probably going to end it tomorrow at some point. And I'm looking forward to whatever it is. I mean, I want to try all of them. I'm a little curious about the Lone Elm now because of having this. And wondering if it's going to be as dry. So that'll be interesting. It'll be fascinating, let's say. These are good pretzels. I got quality pretzels now. I'm fancy. Alright. I'll probably add 2 more drops of water to this. I should probably eat some food. Because again, 62.75%. And stay tuned for Sunday, or wait, Friday. Friday for the last of the Welcome to the Jank / 12 Days of Texas Whiskey. Sunday, mystery guest. And of course Saturday there will be a video. What it is, I don't know yet because the poll's not finished. I'll probably make it that. I have some other ones in mind just in case. With that, it is now 8 p.m. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.